Hey, Brendan. You've been really good friends with Artturi Lehkonen, unless I'm mistaken, for a very long time. What's it been like playing with him, and how can you describe kind of the impact that he's had on the game and on these playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's really you really have to pay attention to him play the game to understand just how effective he is. He does so many of the little finer details that we always talk about make the difference between winning and losing. He obviously had some pretty good coaches. I think his dad was a big part of that growing up. Everything he does, being on the right side of the puck, having a good stick at all times, never really getting caught in a bad position. And then at the same time, I mean, he could really shoot the puck. I think, getting the chance to play with him, he just makes your life so much easier. He creates so many turnovers. He's always in the right spot. You don't really have to worry about getting caught defensively. And I think, as a player, coaches really love to have on the ice because he's, really don't have to question anything or worry about anything when he's out there. He's a very responsible player.
Arpon Basu.
Good morning, Brendan. I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but I'm just going to ask it anyway. But you haven't, how do you evaluate the play of your line? I think you guys have played well, but obviously the numbers aren't there, and that's not the only tool to evaluate. But I mean, how do you balance that? Because I don't know if you've played poorly necessarily, but I know that you like to produce. So where are you at with that?
Yeah, don't worry, don't take it too personal. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. I think I've always been, the process and what goes into winning. I think we're being asked to do something right now, and we feel we're happy to do it. You get some tough matchups. That doesn't mean you don't expect to produce, and I know that those expectations are there for sure. But at the same time, you feel like you're just putting in good shifts and giving the team good energy and taking care of your own end and eating up some tough minutes. This time of the year, I think you're just happy to do those things. I think I'm okay with it. I think I'd tell you guys if we were playing poorly. I think there's some areas where we've had some chances. It's not going to be a ton of them because you're playing against some pretty good players as well. You got to make sure you take advantage of those and put them in and timely goals. Find a way to step up at the right time. But for us right now, I'm okay with the tasks that we're being asked to do. I feel like we're doing an all right job of it. Just need to continue. And and when there's a time and the team needs a big goal, you just feel like you can step up and be that guy. But I think we have a locker room of guys that are kind of fitting into a role right now, and whatever recipe we got going seems to be working right now.
Luc Jalena.
Merci, Sam. Good morning, Brendan. As a veteran, as a leader in this team, I guess you have a strong feeling regarding your own group. So your own faith or your own confidence level, is it at the same place that it was before the playoff start, or it's something that can grow after each victory, especially the last one in Vegas?
I think our confidence was high from the start. I don't think you can get into a place where you feel too comfortable or you feel too confident. You verge, you get close to being too cocky because this game will humble you really quick. But we're a confident group, but at the same time, we're confident because we understand that the work that needs to go into creating that process. And for us as a team, I don't think, we came out of Vegas with a split. It's great, but I think there's some areas in our game that we can improve on, and hopefully we can start that tonight and get better and better as this series goes on. So confident for sure, but we also understand there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Stu Cowan.
Brendan, Marc Bergevin got emotional when he spoke about you after you signed your contract extension last October. Can you maybe speak just a little bit about how your relationship with him has developed over the years, your thoughts on him being a finalist for GM of the Year, and maybe what makes this team he's put together this season so special?
Well, the one thing about Berge, if he really believes in something, nothing's going to stand in his way of doing it. And, he had a vision of what our team could look like. He's, obviously put in a ton of work in the off season to build this group. Had some ups and downs, but I think it's, you can see what he saw, and he's getting a lot of credit because he deserves that. He worked incredibly hard. He's always had a tremendous amount of passion for our group. He believes in character. He believes in hard work, and I think that's everything that our team embodies is kind of what he believes in. So very happy for him. He obviously deserves it. I hope he wins it because I feel like, he takes a lot of heat, obviously living in a market like this, but, he doesn't really care. He just kind of goes out and makes the decisions that he thinks is going to be best for a hockey club. And as a player, that's what you want.
Dan Robertson.
Brendan, you know Phillip Danault as well as anybody, and game 2 was really strong for him. What's he doing right now that's making him just so effective in the postseason?
I mean, he understands what's being asked of him, and he's taking a lot of pride in it. This time of year, you just need everyone playing different roles and different, contributing in different ways. And he's been given a very tough task, obviously, in these playoffs, and he's handled it so well. We rely on him so much for faceoffs and draws and penalty kills and eating up tough minutes. And it's something that he's enjoyed doing. And I think you can see the passion and the will to win. And when he's able to do those things for our group, it gives us a huge boost, and obviously gives us a much better chance of winning. So he's playing really well. Hopefully it continues.
We have time for one more question. Jean-François Chaumont.
Merci, Sam. Brendan, during the offseason, you had the chance to sign an extension, not Phil. You've been talking about Phil and about Berge, how much Berge loves the players who are working pretty hard. If you have one word to say to Marc about Phil to convince him that he needs to stay in Montreal, what would you be saying to your GM?
I think that time might come a little bit later. Right now, I think we're focused on other things, but I think I don't think it's so much talking. I think it's the play, and I think you can understand the importance to our team that Phil brings. You can see the role that he plays. The minutes that he's asked to eat up for a group, and he goes out there and do it. I don't think that's a secret. I don't think there's anything I can say that isn't well known. I think both sides know the value that Phil has, and I think both sides know how badly Phil wants to be a Montreal Canadian. So, I mean, all that other stuff is kind of for them to take care of in the off season. We got bigger things to worry about right now. But in terms of his importance to our group, I don't think there's anything I need to say. I think it's very well known how important Phil is to us.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thanks, guys.